went from a lesser-known boy to the best JCS this college could have asked for. He is known for his love for sports, gossip, drama, and is dearly loved by all of his juniors. One of the most calm, collected, and mature person that you will ever come across. His college life is nothing short of a cinematic adventure. A man with strong roots and values who is sure to achieve great heights. Presenting to you, Dr. Abhishek Babita Rajkumar Rana.
Graduate is the one who either goes all in or doesn't even get started. His level of dedication is unmatched, be it academics, friendships, or even animosity for that matter. One of the most matured guys of our batch who has seen the lows and the highs with the same level-headedness. He is an oyster, hard from outside but with a pearl inside his heart. Presenting to you the Delhi ka Londa and Basti of our batch, Dr. Abhishek Sharma.
I request all the parents to please settle down. We have enough photographers here to take care of the job.
We understand that this is an emotional moment for everybody, but please bear with us. We do have certain logistical limits that we have to follow.
She is the epitome of beauty with brains, who is known for her outspoken nature and her unwavering dedication to hard work. This young woman is unapologetically honest and is always striving to be her best self, both personally and professionally. Presenting to you, daughter of Dr. Puneet and Dr. Anjana, Miss Astitwa of our batch, Dr. Adashri Agarwal.
Sincere of the Lord, she is extremely caring and thinks about others before herself. A patient listener who will always check on to see whether you are okay or not. She is your personal cheerleader who is ready to hype you up anytime and makes people feel included everywhere. Fun, free-spirited and fiercely independent, she is a breath of fresh air. Presenting to you Dr. Pallavi Anju Rajesh Agrawal.
Our next graduate is the girl next door and yet is a star in her own. Our very own Rose Queen is a born performer. Be it her graceful dance or her captivating stories, the world is a stage for her. You will always find a helping hand in her. If you need any passion advice, academic help, stressful postings, or literally any other issue under the sun. Presenting to you the ever-compassionate, elegant and talented Dr. Aishwarya Sindhu Rajendra Bhanse.
With 100 dreams and kept achieving them little by little. She is confident, helping, kind and beautiful inside out. She is an amazing chef, a great co-intern and a kind doctor who takes care of her patients the best. Presenting to you the cute, the fun-loving, the beautiful Dr. Ambreen Afsana Hashim.
The next graduate is more of a travel planner than just a medico, and college life would not have been adventurous without him. Supportive, sincere, short and sweet are few words used to describe him. His role as a schizophrenic in the medical short film won our college numerous awards. 007 is synonymous to Dr. Pats more than James Bond in GMC. Presenting to you Dr. Prateek Chaya Sanjay Ambore.
The next graduate is someone who turned from an innocent boy into a smart, funny and savage guy over these 6 years. He has tremendous work ethic and laser-like focus and determination. Presenting to you, Dr. Amit Kamath.
Graduate started the course looking like a child and 6 years later emerged as one of the smartest guys in the batch, all mature and responsible while still looking like a child. His brilliance as a fellow doctor never ceases to amaze you. He's made a million memories in college and still managed to excel at NEET PG. A person with immaculate poise. Please welcome the vivacious Dr. Amog Ranjana Prashant Athani.
While the demeanor of our next medical graduate may be quiet and introspective, her sheer passion for medicine and unwavering commitment to her patients speaks volumes. On campus, you could see her immersing herself in studies and research articles and finding solace in the pages of medical textbooks. Presenting to you from Ajmer, Rajasthan, Dr. Ananya Jain.
निस्वार्थ स्वभावाने मैत्री जपणारा, मैत्रीच्या दुनियातील सच्चा दिलदार माणूस, हॉस्टेलाइटसाठी डब्बा घेऊन येणारा, सर्वांचा लाडका लोकलाईट, ज्याने आपल्या मन मिळवू आणि समंजस स्वभावाने पेशंट्स आणि स्टाफ दोघांचे मन जिंकले, असा सभ्य आणि संस्कारी खारघर निवासी. प्रेझेंटिंग टू यू आपले सरकार डॉक्टर अनिकेत उषा अवधूत शिंदे.
Our next graduate is one of a kind. He's the friend you look for during hardships and always find standing right next to you. He's strong enough to be gentle and brave enough to be honest. People like him make the world a better place. Presenting to you, Mr. Glamorous of our batch, the one and only Dr. Ankush Bansal.
From Black Gold City to the City of Dreams, from capital of tigers to India's economic capital, this guy has had an eventful journey. In every arduous situation, he manages to stay calm and even comes up with the wittiest jokes for it. He didn't choose GMC, GMC chose him. Such is the presence of the man. Presenting to you Dr. Ameya Varsha Jaydev Asekar.
Meet a girl who embodies the perfect combination of diplomacy, sincerity, and humility. While she may be an introvert, she is more than happy to share her insights with those around her. Despite all her qualities, she puts the needs of others before her own. When not watching a good book, you can find her with a steaming cup of coffee, consuming movies and TV shows. Presenting to you, Dr. Astha Shivani Brahmadev Padyayan.
He hails from the beautiful great city of Nashik. And just like a grape, our next graduate is a sweet and charming individual. He is brave and fearless, confident in every task he undertakes. He not only loves his profession, but also comes up with new ways to learn and improve his skills. He is always motivated by his elder sister, Dr. Pradnya, and blessed by his parents. Presenting to you, Dr. Shubham Pramila Sadashi Vavare.
Here comes the happy camper, a good listener who can be a toast to your tea, who hosts every talk with atmosphere, fullness and a warm smile. Sincere to her goals, she is a selective extrovert with a sweet, caring and calm personality. A bit of an overthinker living in her own world, a very organized person, the one who is true to herself and others. Presenting to you, Dr. Shivani Sunanda Raghunath Pankar.
ताने मिले होंगे, कुछ हुआ होगा, तो इसलिए कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ। चेहरे पर धूल लगी माना, चेहरे पर धूल लगी माना, माथा फूटा माना लेकिन, गालों पर थप्पड़ खाए है, जबड़ा टूटा माना लेकिन, माना के सांसें उखड़ रही, लो मान लिया कि कांप गया है पूर्ण बदन अंतर्मन से, पर आंखों से अंगारे में नथनों से तूफान लाऊंगा, पर आंखों से अंगारे में नथनों से तूफान लाऊंगा, मैं गिर पर भी धरती पर हर बार खड़ा हो जाऊंगा, मुट्ठी में बीच लिया तारा, नगर में ढोल पिटा दो जी, अंधेरे हो लाख गने पर अंधेरे अनंत नहीं, गिर जाना मेरा अंत नहीं, गिर जाना मेरा अंत नहीं. Now I request Dr. Farooq Gurwadia sir to share his words of wisdom.
Dr. Shah, the Dean, Dr. Sapre, Dr. Doshi, Dr. Swaraj. Students of the GMC, graduates of the GMC, parents and family of the GMCs, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about the practice of medicine, which all of you will soon be embarked on as you leave your home. The GMC was your home for so many years. What is the most important thing when you go to practice? The first and the most important thing is the patients you're going to look after. Please remember that. And what is your duty to your patients? The first and most important principle is what I term beneficence. Beneficence means doing the best that you possibly can for your patients, doing what is absolutely good as far as you are concerned. Now what does that require? That requires, of course, a certain amount of expertise. You must know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not sure, if it is a problem you're not familiar with, you will always consult somebody or the other who's more expert in that field. That's extremely important. It's unethical to try and manage everything under the sun, because no one can know everything under the sun. When you need help, you must always ask for it. So please remember this, beneficence. Now beneficence doesn't only mean expertise. It also has other qualities of the mind. What is that? That is humanity or humanism. And what is that? It is the quality which enables a doctor to appreciate and understand the sufferings of a patient, who tries his best therefore to rectify that, to either cure it or at least to relieve it. That is the meaning of humanity. That is the meaning of empathy. Why do I want to stress this? I want to stress this, that in today's world in medicine, as I see it, this is a quality which is eminently lacking. It is eminently lacking because of the advances in science and technology. What I call the hubris of science and technology, which pushes the art of medicine into the background. I want all you students to remember that medicine is not just a science. It is as much an art as a science, and you should remember that. Only the art of medicine has been pushed into the background. It is a forgotten art, and it might also be, perhaps in due course of time, a lost art. Now what is this art of medicine? You can't quantify it in words. You can't express it in numerals. You can't equate it as you would equate so many things in the science of medicine. The art of medicine is the quality of mind and heart which enables you to empathize with your patient. That is the single most important thing that you must remember. And why is this so important? Because if you have an empathy with your patient, it builds a close bond between the doctor and the patient. And the doctor-patient relationship, believe you young boys and girls, is the single most important thing in the practice of medicine. It is what binds the doctor to the patient. It is what builds faith between the doctor and the patient. And faith, believe you me, is an important healer. So that's as far as beneficence goes. There is a famous Hippocratic dictum, primum non nocere, which means, first of all, do no harm. So that is so very important. So you must, when you practice, and when you decide to do something, you must ask yourself, is the risk and the benefit reasonable? Is the benefit likely to be much more than the risk that what this procedure or what this medication asks you? And then decide only when the benefit clearly outweighs the risk. I can't tell you how important this is. You know, there was a time when medicine was paternalistic, which means the doctor said do this and the patient did that. No longer so. The medicine now is patient-centric, which means the patient has the right to decide for himself whether he wants to be treated in a particular manner or he even wants diagnostic things in a particular manner. He may refuse to do so. You must always therefore respect the wishes of your patient. But you must always remember, particularly in emergency medicine, particularly in life-saving or rather life-threatening conditions, that autonomous decisions are very often wrong. Autonomous means a decision that the patient makes. They're very often wrong because of the stress, the anxiety, the fear, the panic, the dislike sometimes for doctors, for hospitals, for instruments, for machines. You must remember that not all autonomous decisions, particularly in life-threatening emergencies, should really be respected. There are many other things you should remember. One of these, of course, is communication. It's very important that you communicate with your patients. It's so important. You make the patient your ally, and therefore he is able to fight the disease with you as an ally, and that helps him to get well. Communication is important not only with the patient, but also with the relatives. Also remember that there is such a thing as confidentiality. What you speak to your patient, or rather what the patient speaks to you, is confidential. It is between you and the patient. You are not supposed to divulge it to anyone, including your people at home. Finally, also remember that there is such a thing as charity. Charity, in my opinion, is an important ethical principle in the medical profession. It's wrong, blatantly wrong, not to treat a patient because he cannot afford your fees. That should never happen. Or say, he can't afford my fees, so I can't operate upon him. That also is very, very wrong. A very nice saying from a very famous essay, which goes like this: do not enter the temple of science with the soul of a money lender. I think it's very important for you to realize that charity indeed is extremely important. I told you that the art of medicine has been pushed into the background by the hubris and the glamour of science and technology. What is exactly the art of medicine? The art of medicine lies in taking a good history. History taking is a lost art. The art of medicine lies in doing a complete, careful physical examination, which to my mind, as I see it today, is also a completely lost art. The art of medicine lies in using your eyes, your ears, and your hands, your senses, to feel the patient, touch the patient, examine the patient, talk to the patient, listen to the patient. Therein lies the art of medicine, and I can't tell you how important that is. If you do that, you would probably order less investigations, particularly less expensive investigations that are done at present. If you do that, you would perhaps prescribe medication which is much cheaper and which is as effective as some of the very expensive medications that we see today. So I want you please also to remember that. Finally, please remember, as I said, that your patient comes first. If you put money before your patient, you will never be a good doctor. I promise you. if you treat a VIP different from an ordinary chanawala on the road, you will never be a good doctor. You have to make that mental reservation that medicine, as that has been brought to you, is for everyone concerned. So treat everyone, the prince and the beggar, the prime minister or his peon, exactly the same. That is the principle you should always hold in front of your eyes. And when you do that, I promise you, you will do very well. No one has done good medicine if he does otherwise. If he treats the rich different from the poor, if he treats the powerful different from those who are just ordinary. So I beseech you to please remember that. And remember, you are just not a profession. You are much more than a profession. This is a calling. This is a calling from above. The profession that you have taken is a calling from above, which exercises both the heart and the mind in equal proportion. Thank you.